Oh, look, it's exhausting trying to keep up what's happened in Washington today. Can you run us through it?
Yeah, well, importantly, the first thing I need to say is this body, which has written a legal letter about Donald Trump overnight, has no legal weight. This is an opinion from an independent body. It's actually a congressional body, a congressional investigative body, and what they found is essentially when Congress appropriated funds for Ukraine last year and Donald Trump put a hold on that, in their opinion, he was breaking the law because he has, by his own admission, mind you, by his own admission, he's saying that he put a hold on it for policy reasons. And they said he has no right to put a hold on any funds for policy reasons at all. When Congress says funds go in a certain direction, they have to go there. And they put forth their formal opinion. And that's going to matter because until now, the Republicans have been saying, well, he didn't break any laws, did he? Well,
right.
Now people can say, well, according to an independent body, he did break a law. And Donald Trump, as you just said before, he's not taking it lying down.
It's a hoax. Everybody knows that. It's a complete hoax. The whole thing with Ukraine. So you have a perfect phone call. This is a call, fortunately, it was actually 2 phone calls. You people don't report that. There were 2 calls. They were both perfect calls. In fact, probably among the nicest calls I've ever made to foreign leaders.
And just in case you haven't heard him talk about perfect calls enough over the last 3 months or so, he tweeted it out again 10 minutes later, as you can see.
I just got impeached for making a perfect phone call. I'd like to know what the official definition of a perfect phone call is, Chaz. Now, look, this is all ramping up, isn't it? And at the same time, a key person has given an interview saying that the president did actually know. What happened there?
Yes, that's Lev Parnas, who is a mate of Rudy Giuliani's, who is Donald Trump's lawyer. There's so many people in this cast of characters. It's like a massive ensemble these days. But I wouldn't jump to conclusions with Lev Parnas, because one thing which everyone agrees on is he has an incentive to spill information at the moment because he's been indicted for a number of things, and he's trying to talk to get a lenient sentence. And no one really trusts him, including the Ukrainian foreign minister just today said, I don't trust this guy at all. So let's just wait till we see what kind of proof he's got for some of his claims. Already, some of the things he said, we know for a fact are lies. So I don't want to jump to conclusions on him, but he is spilling at a rate of knots, so that could be interesting.
Okay, so what happens now in the impeachment process? Most of us don't know how it happens because it happens so rarely, only the 3rd president ever to be impeached.
Yeah, no, it's been a while, and what we know is, to be honest, they make up these rules as they go along a little bit because the Senate is in charge of this process and they decide what the rules are. What we do know is that this is going to start next Tuesday night, I believe at 4 a.m. our time if you're really keen. And it's going to go for 6 days a week. So it's going to go from basically 4 a.m. our time to midnight. For 6 days a week, they rest on Sunday, and we're expecting it to go for about 2 weeks. Now, whether there's going to be new witnesses, we don't know. What the exact rules are going to be, we don't know. All we know is that everyone's getting very, very worked up about it. So I think there's going to be fireworks.
Okay, no doubt there. And look, Chaz, we came off air yesterday. We went out for our post-show meeting and we sat down. The tellies were on, and we saw Nancy Pelosi signing the articles of impeachment, and we were saying, what on earth is she doing? She had about 17 pens.
Yes.
And she signed. What was she doing there, Chaz? It was the most bizarre thing to watch.
This is one of those very strange American things. There is no higher art in America, as we know, than the art of merch. And they even organise merch when they sign statements. And in this case, what Nancy Pelosi was doing was just so she could say, here's a pen, here's a pen, here's a pen from when we impeached Donald Trump, she signed one stroke of her signature with one pen, and then she'd pick up another pen and then sign another stroke. And then so on. So that way she would use 17 pens just to sign her name. And then she could hand out 17 of the impeachment pens. And that's what she was doing. It's very strange.
And it's very weird. Apparently there are precedents for this, though. We just saw a picture there of the close-up, and they all have her signature on the pens. It looked a bit off to us. I mean, it's a really serious thing, signing impeachment articles for the president, but apparently it happens all the time, and Donald Trump does it when he signs laws.
Donald Trump did it himself yesterday with the trade agreement that he just signed. Famously, the Civil Rights Act, they used 75 pens for. That's a lot of pens. Having said that, like you just said, the controversy that came out about this was not about the pens. They're used to that in America. What they're not used to is treating an impeachment as a celebration. That was what they were saying was a strange thing, especially given Nancy Pelosi herself went to so much trouble when they remember when they voted on the impeachment articles, she actually chided some of the Democrats for clapping. A couple of them clapped and she went like that. And now she's out there with the pens having her own celebration. So that was a little unusual for her.
It was all a bit weird, and we will look for how much those pens go for on eBay in a couple of years' time. That would be a bit off too. Chaz Licciardello, it's so great to have you on today, and it's Planet America. It starts with Chaz and John Barron next Wednesday at a new time, 10 p.m. on ABC TV.
There it
and
is.
iView, along with its new companion show, Planet America Fireside Chat, launching next Friday on the ABC News Channel.